cars submerged in a torrent of running water. A wildfire rages. The floodwaters rise, engulfing homes and cars. Ignoring the problem will only worsen the disaster.
Ignoring the problem will only make the storm.
A hailstorm unleashes a furious barrage. The water surges, overwhelming the building. The landscape transforms into a vast, raging sea. Heavy monsoon flashed down relentlessly.
A snowstorm with 70 centimeters of snow and 40 degrees Celsius.
A truck driver loses control downhill. Looks like the driver
today is
out.
just helping out the owner.
Hailstones pounded against, windows shattering glass. Protect the environment to avoid unnecessary troubles. The water keeps rising. The situation is desperate. The current sweeps away, debris in its path. Massive waves crash over the seawall. A truck's load shifts, causing damage to others. Hailstones cover everything in the yard. The flood escaped the power plant. Tsunamis flood coastal towns and cities.
Tsunamis can flood coastal towns and cause
Lightning
cities.
strikes, illuminating the
Lightning
dark sky.
streaks through the dark sky like brilliant rays.
Hurricane force winds toss debris around. Ocean
Destroy
waves
homes
surge,
and block
engulfing
roads.
homes. Heavy snowfall buries vehicles. Hurricane force winds bend palm trees. A spectacular display of colorful fireworks.
Wow. Red
Lava flows from the volcano.
Billows of smoke billow, turning this land into a majestic and intense natural stage.
Cars are swept away by the flood waters. Wind and solar can reduce our carbon footprint.
As the saying goes, lightning never strikes in the same spot
A
twice.
sinkhole opens, swallowing cars. A dust devil rises into the sky.
Terrifying to witness a dust whirlwind spiraling up, towering several meters high.
The floodwaters rise. Warmer air holds more moisture.
Warmer air holds more moisture.
Reminder to all of us of the
Stay
importance
calm
of
and
staying
focused
calm and
while
focused
driving.
when driving, especially with heavy vehicles.
A mudslide rushes down a hillside. A cyclist is thrown by
In the face of
strong
Mother
winds.
Nature's wrath, humanity seemed incredibly small and fragile.
Thin ice
An
cracks
acorn
underfoot.
is about to appear out of nowhere.
Firefighters battle a raging wildfire. A helicopter crashes into a mountainside. Everything in its
their
path is destroyed.
including forests and buildings.
Tuan Agung, terpantau dan udara sudah menjadi laut. Nih,
A majestic waterfall flows through the
Surely
landscape.
there will be many people who are curious. Please share your information in the comments section so we can explore together.
A stunning double rainbow arches over the clouds.
And sometimes
Ostriches
eat rocks
consume
and
rocks
excrete
and
cement?
excrete them. Hailstones pummel the streets and sidewalks. A bridge is demolished.
As a result,
safely
building a
and
new bridge
efficiently.
became an inevitable necessity.
A dog chooses its favorite food.
He was careful in choosing his favorite flavor.
A tornado hits a school cafeteria. Floodwaters engulf streets and parking lots. A tsunami's cost is immeasurable.
The cost of rebuilding will skyrocket. Please.
A landslide occurred in Baltimore and caused 10 cars to be swept down. The road appeared to be unsustainable after the prolonged torrential rain in the area.
Lava flows down the volcano's slope. A tornado rips through a neighborhood. A dust storm sweeps across the city.
The tsunami in
waves
Japan
devastate
in
a coastal
2011.
town. Another intense hailstorm causes damage. Floodwaters inundate
Vuracak mı acaba? Çöp. Oha ya. Nereye gidiyor peki?
The clouds roll in with an ear.
A waterspout
attracts people's
forms
attention.
over the ocean. Floodwaters damage a building. A massive mudslide engulfs a village.
क्या खतरनाक आ रहा है भाई ओ भाई साहब
A fire whirlwind spins upwards. Floodwaters destroy homes and buildings.
Warmer
A
temperatures
truck
can
gets stuck
intensify.
in mud. A landslide blocks a road.
Thank God. He quickly regained his composure.
Worrying about the
Environmental
harmful
concerns
impacts on the
lead
local
to a safer
environment,
demolition.
authorities banned the use of explosives for the demolition. The bridge's owner had signed off on the request.
A truck slides on a slippery road. A sinkhole opens, causing a car to fall. Floodwaters destroy homes and businesses.
Oh my god, this flood is like a monster that
A road collapses during a flood. Hurricane
The
Maria
backyard was
devastates
left almost
buildings.
completely demolished after the destruction of Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico.
Floodwaters engulf homes.
Floodwaters from these storms.
Firefighters
Broke out
battle
near
a
infrastructure and
wildfire.
transportation routes in Malibu. However, thanks to the quick and effective coordination,
A dust storm sweeps through the city. Lava explodes from a volcano. A bridge collapses into a river. A powerful dust storm engulfs buildings. A massive landslide barrels down a mountainside. A volcano erupts, spewing lava.
Once again, we have to witness the
Hailstorms damage vehicles. Lightning strikes
Tall
buildings.
objects like skyscrapers and trees are more prone to being struck by lightning.
A tornado destroys trees and power lines.
Surprising
A
residents.
dust storm sweeps across the landscape. Large hail destroys property. Floodwaters submerge cars. A waterspout moves towards the shore. Floodwaters
Flow
destroy
down
homes and
volcano
businesses.
slopes.
moment
Firefighters work to
elephants
control a
migrate across the
wildfire.
road is true.
A
After
family
a frosty
enjoys
winter,
a snowy
family
day.
was enjoying serene moments as spring knocks on their door. But it seems like good things never lasted for long.
A dust storm causes a narrow escape.
A narrow escape. God bless you.
Luckily,
garage
cameras
door
were installed
falls on
in
a
this
girl.
area. Otherwise, the girl would have sweated having to explain her reason for going.
Shipping
truck
process.
carrying cars
Please comment
loses
number
its
1
load.
with us. Don't forget, when participating in
Homes and roads are flooded.
Imagine a supercell
A tornado causes damage. A dust storm causes significant damage. Tsunami waves destroy homes and property. Floodwaters damage vehicles. Water flows over a dam. A tornado moves across a road.
power lines were downed and flashed as a tornado quickly swept across a road in Wellington, Florida, creating a dangerous and terrifying scene.
Floodwaters engulf buildings.
Every forest we save becomes a shield against
Heavy clouds bring torrential rain.
Waves of heavy clouds swept
A
across the
wildfire
North Texas
burns through a
sky
hillside.
like a gentle omen for the heavy rains to come.
Floodwaters submerge streets and vehicles. Hailstones batter a city.
Droughts can have severe effects on
A dust storm forces evacuation. People evacuate
At that
with
moment,
only their
they
clothes.
had to evacuate with nothing but their clothes.
A landslide causes a tsunami. Seek shelter from
Your
the
umbrella
hailstorm.
can't be saved either. Quickly find shelter.
Historic
This mall
flooding
in southern China got slammed by a historic flood caused by days of heavy rain in June 2016. That year, authorities warned that floods could hit record highs due to the El Nino effect.
This video is for entertainment only. A building is demolished. Cars fall from a truck. A A
As the
stadium's
storm
roof
swept through
is
St.
torn apart.
Petersburg, the roof of
When you open this door,
A flock of birds
every
takes flight.
unexpected moment can bring surprise, making us unable to take our eyes off.
Lightning strikes a tree, causing a fire. Floodwaters engulf buildings and homes.
Natural disasters are powerful and
Cars are submerged in floodwaters.
the root cause of
A dust storm sweeps across a landscape.
Carrying
A
more than
large aircraft
7,000
fights
gallons
a
of water and
wildfire.
fire retardant, ready to dive into the heart of the fire.
Lightning strikes a tree.
The moment
A wind
elephants
turbine
migrate
rotates.
across the road is truly unique.
A truck gets stuck on a snail.
The vehicle was helpless after taking the wrong path.
A glacier calves, sending ice into the water.
The crack of breaking ice is nature's symphony, majestic and unforgettable.
in protecting the planet.
A bridge collapses into a river.
Imagine the frustration and
A
loss
building's
felt
roof
by the
is torn
owners of
off.
those cars.
A smokestack is demolished.
Is this multitasking?
Dark storm clouds gather ominously. People rescue a child from flood waters. A waterspout moves over the water. Floodwaters damage a building.
Lava flows can burn
The disaster wreaked havoc, damaging 141 industrial buildings.
Floodwaters
But thankfully, the
submerge a
residential
factory.
homes remained untouched.
Hailstones break a window. Ducks walk on ice. Cars are submerged in floodwaters.
شارع الوفيان هذه السيارات جايبها من شارع
a story where nature and
A decorated truck drives by. Cars float away during a flood.
earthquakes can cause buildings to collapse.
A massive avalanche destroys the landscape. Millions of
Is that the
yellow
world's
hordes.
biggest batch of boba?
Captured flash flooding surrounding homes and buildings in Park
are
Hills,
surrounded by
Missouri.
floodwaters.
Hopefully, the community here will soon overcome the consequences and return to normal.
Strong winds blow.
Will reach places that have never
A house
flooded
collapses
before.
into a river. Floodwaters rise rapidly.
These events often happen suddenly and
Flash flooding inundates a town. A waterspout forms over the water.
This event was captured
The
by a
incidents
surveillance
occur
camera
here.
on the Zhangweifeng Expressway on July 28th.
A bridge collapses during a flood.
Ó a cagada.
A
Did he
truck
think he was
crashed
as small
into
as a
tunnel.
compact car?
Meu Deus do céu, cara. O cara não tem no...
A massive avalanche destroys the landscape.
massive avalanche in Switzerland devastated the area with terrifying force, like a white wave crashing down, sweeping away everything in its path, turning the landscape.
If you are impressed with this trip,
A train
please leave
travels
comment
along a
number 1.
mountainside.
The truck
A
slid
truck rolls
downhill,
down
causing
a
everyone to
hill.
panic, but luckily the driver jumped out in time. Here's a reminder, always check your brakes before going uphill.
A giant elevator.
The giant
lifts a
elevator.
ship. A building is demolished.
It's such a pity to demolish them.
Decorated trucks drive by.
Fortunately, an eastern road to
A
Sigüenza and
bridge
Teguasco
remains
remained open, preventing the area from being fully cut off. Cameras capture every breathtaking
moments.
even when you're not there. Thanks to these cameras, we've witnessed the full force of nature's wrath on the other side of the world.
A dust storm sweeps across the landscape. Cars are submerged in floodwaters. A stream overflows its banks. A dust storm blows through a yard. Hailstones fall into a swimming pool.
Dust storms occur when strong winds lift
10 points for his
An
driving
ATV
technique.
flips over. A dust storm flows through a city. Fireworks
After a
light up
dazzling
the Las
fireworks
Vegas
display
sky.
lit up the Las Vegas.
Pink dust storm sweeps across a yard. A landslide blocks a road. A car becomes stuck in a ditch filled with snow. A bridge is partially destroyed during a flood. High winds and rain batter trees. Tourists enjoy a boat trip in Mexico. Floodwaters erode the riverbank. A house collapses during a landslide. People are seen floating down a river. A truck carrying logs tips over on a muddy road. Cars are stacked on top of each other during a flood. Lightning strikes in the distance. High winds and rain blow through a yard. Cars are submerged in floodwaters in a parking lot. More flash flood scenes. A landslide moves down a hillside. Cars are swept away in a flood. A tent is blown away by the wind. A house catches fire after being struck by lightning. More footage of a building damaged in high winds. A bridge is damaged by floodwaters. A vacuum truck is caught in the storm. High winds and heavy rains hit a baseball stadium. More floodwaters. More floodwaters. High winds and heavy rain damage vehicles and property. People walk through a flooded street. A landslide sweeps down a hillside. A landslide moves down a hillside in Taiwan. A man is knocked down by a dust devil. High winds and heavy rain in an urban area. A large tree is uprooted by high winds. A flash flood in a town. Floodwaters cover a roadway in Miles, Texas. Niagara Falls is partially frozen. A large dust devil forms in the desert. High winds blow debris around. An avalanche sweeps across a snowy landscape. Floodwaters submerge a parking lot. A building is flooded. Lightning strikes a tree in a parking lot. More flooding. High winds and rain batter a building. People take pictures of floodwaters as they rush past. A rhinoceros wanders down a road. Dry ice explodes in the sand. Hailstones cover a backyard. Lava flows across the landscape. A landslide blocks a roadway. Footage shows more destruction from the flood. Footage shows a building damaged by high winds. More footage of high winds and heavy rains. An avalanche moves through a snowy landscape. High winds carry away a building's facade. A street sign is submerged in floodwaters. A large airplane flies low over houses. Floodwaters rush under a bridge. High winds and heavy rain in an urban area. A series of ducks and geese waddle across an icy stream. A comical counterpoint to the destruction. Cars are submerged in floodwaters. This is a nightmare. A highly decorated semi-truck drives by in a parade. Floodwaters completely submerge cars parked on a city street. A dark scene. A massive rock slide tumbles down a mountainside. This is extremely dangerous. A large quantity of what appears to be bobular sea foam washes ashore. Floodwaters engulf homes and buildings in Park Hills, Missouri. Hopefully, the community recovers soon. A storm rages with heavy winds and rain. A building slides into a raging river. This is a terrible event. Another scene of flooding with a metal bridge surrounded by a rushing current. More floodwaters impacting homes and vehicles. A waterspout churns over a body of water near several boats. A road bridge collapses amidst rushing floodwaters. A large truck gets stuck trying to navigate a low underpass. A massive avalanche cascades down a snowy mountainside. The scale of the event is awe-inspiring and somewhat terrifying. A long freight train winds through a mountainous pass, highlighting the ingenuity of engineering and infrastructure development. A truck slides down a steep hill, but the driver escapes just in time. A reminder to always check your brakes when going uphill. A large ship is shown passing through a ship lock. A multi-story building is imploding. Such a pity to demolish buildings. More highly decorated semi-trucks drive by in a parade. A long bridge in Tegucigalpa remains open, preventing the area from being completely cut off. A camera captures events even when one is not there. A vehicle is swept into an icy stream and submerged in snow. Strong winds batter trees and infrastructure in a downpour. Floodwaters surge through a city street, inundating several vehicles. Floodwaters overwhelm culverts, causing flooding. Heavy winds buffet trees and debris in a backyard. Large hailstones fall into a backyard pool. A vehicle struggles to navigate a snowy area before tipping over. A large sign is blown off its post during a strong windstorm. Bright lightning illuminates the night sky. Floodwaters rush through the streets of a residential area. A large dust devil forms near several homes. A building is demolished and the debris is carried away by a crane. Floodwaters inundate a street, causing flooding. A person uses a snowplow to clear snow from a road. A person is blown off a bicycle during a windstorm. More flooding, a vehicle submerged in water. A bus becomes stranded in floodwaters. A large car carrier truck drives across a highway. 3 corgis, wearing turkey hats, are shown indoors, a charming counterpoint. Hail impacts a swimming pool. The scene is chaotic, but somehow comedic. More large hail impacts a city street. The scene is chaotic. A semi-truck dumps its load of liquid fertilizer, creating a large dust cloud. Floodwaters engulf residential houses. More catastrophic flooding. An ambulance is inundated, indicating the severity of the emergency. Long by floodwater. A house slides down a hill during a landslide. A cat looks out a window during a snowstorm. A helicopter assists firefighters in battling a large blaze. A boat drops anchor and cuts a ribbon. A person enjoys paddleboarding, encountering a whale shark. A volcano erupts, sending a huge plume of smoke into the sky. A bridge is washed away by floodwaters. A title card appears on screen. 100 times Mother Nature got angry on camera. A large flock of birds takes flight. A car is caught in a downpour. Flights are delayed due to inclement weather. More footage of flooding. A fire truck navigates through floodwaters. High winds and heavy rain create a hazy scene. A building's roof is torn apart by a storm. More footage of high winds and rain. Footage of a dust devil. More high winds and heavy rain. Heavy snow falls in a backyard. A farm vehicle tips over on a road. A dust devil sweeps across a highway. An umbrella is blown away by a sudden gust of wind. A massive landslide. More floodwater rushes through streets and inundates vehicles. Drone footage shows a parking lot entirely submerged. A house collapses during a landslide. More rain and wind. Cars are submerged in floodwater in what appears to be a parking lot. More intense winds and rain causing damage. A flood inundates a dam, causing concern. A car sinks in floodwater as a man attempts to escape. More flash floods inundate roadways and cause vehicles to become submerged. More flooding scenes. Huge waves crash on a shoreline with people watching from above. A bridge is demolished with explosives. A gliding competition in Utah. USA, a stark contrast to the destruction. A truck navigates a snowy road with impressive skill. A pipe bursts during a road construction job. A tornado touches down in a city. A house is damaged during a tornado. A surfer rides a massive wave. A dust storm moves through Central California. A tow truck is pushed by heavy winds. High winds and waves crash near homes. A security camera captures someone running through a home. A house slides off a hillside due to a landslide. A bridge collapses during a landslide. High winds and heavy rain damage vehicles and property. A building is damaged by floodwaters. A car sinks into floodwaters. Hailstones cover the ground. High winds and floodwaters inundate a coastal area. A ship is launched into the water. A landslide destroys a road. Cars become submerged during a flood. More footage of flooding. A bus navigates through a flooded street. A bridge collapses into a river. A dust devil forms in a construction site. Strong winds rip the tarp off of a truck. People run for cover as high winds pick up. Debris is scattered across a runway. More footage of heavy rain. Floodwaters sweep away the walkway. A torrential downpour engulfs the city streets. A road collapses under the weight of the deluge, the power of nature on full display. The waters are rising rapidly, leaving vehicles stranded and people scrambling for higher ground. This is what a flash flood looks like. This event is caused by loose soil and rocks ripping away their foundation. A boat is tossed around like a toy in a bathtub as the storm hits. Landslides, they usually happen when loose soil and rock formations give way. A rhinoceros calmly strolls down the middle of the road, seemingly unfazed by passing vehicles. A camel enjoys a giant pumpkin treat, nature's gentler side. Back to the storm, the force of the wind is powerful enough to rip apart and toss a trampoline. A dam struggles to contain the immense volume of water, a close call for those nearby. A landslide is seen burying a road. A large flock of sheep moves across the landscape, a striking contrast to the chaotic scenes that have preceded. More intense rain and wind, this is devastating. A street is transformed into a raging river as floodwaters sweep away cars and people try to escape. A skier triggers an avalanche. Research has shown a powerful gust of wind bends trees almost to the ground. A snowplow struggles to maintain traction in a heavy snowstorm. A road is completely submerged in flood water. An avalanche engulfs the landscape. A dust devil whirls through a residential area, scattering patio furniture. The storm intensifies, showing the incredible power of nature. Large waves crash over a seawall. Strong winds and heavy rain cause damage in what seems to be an urban area. A landslide sweeps across a roadway. Flooding in Kerala, southwestern India, causes houses to collapse. A dust devil towers over the horizon. Cars attempt to navigate flooded streets. A seemingly minor moment, the potential for disaster is always there. A truck carrying bananas tips over on a muddy road. High winds buffet vehicles and debris through the streets. A waterfall suddenly turns into a torrent of mud and debris. Flooding engulfs homes and vehicles. More intense wind and rain, picking up and scattering debris. An adorable toddler dressed as Winnie the Pooh interacts with a costumed character. An airplane is struck by lightning. Modern aircraft are equipped to handle such events. A tornado touches down in a field. A truck carrying a large cable reel loses its load, likely due to the force of the wind. A building is damaged during an earthquake. Landslides can disrupt roadways in a matter of seconds. A landslide destroys a house. More intense flooding, people are struggling to stay safe. A truck carrying a large container maintains its balance as the container tips dangerously. More footage of the wind and rain. The dust devil returns. Workers harvest ice from a frozen river. A waterfall plunges into a deep hole in the ground. Flooding in an urban area. Workers are caught off guard when a pipe explodes unexpectedly during a street repair job. Volcanic debris flows down a hillside, leaving a path of devastation. An earthquake strikes Ishikawa, Japan, causing significant damage. High winds and rain lash a home. Drone footage shows a town severely flooded. A hailstorm pummels a backyard, covering the ground in ice. A snowman is swept away by a sudden gust of wind. Security camera footage shows a street being flooded suddenly. A flash flood inundates a public area, forcing people to flee. more intense wind and rain. An aerial view shows a coastal village seemingly undisturbed by the storms elsewhere. A dust devil threatens buildings in an urban area. A building collapses during an earthquake. A dust devil forms in a construction site. A car is submerged in flood water at night. A bridge is destroyed by rushing water. Another car is completely submerged in a flood. More cars are inundated in a flash flood. A tornado forms in the distance, bringing heavy rain and strong winds. More floodwaters rapidly rise and consume a roadway. Another flash flood scene, more cars are swept away. A large section of glass is blown from a building. A powerful tornado descends near homes. High winds and heavy rain at an airport. A culvert collapses under the weight of floodwater. Another car is swept away by a flood. A pipe bursts during a road repair, spewing water and mud. An earthquake in Tocopilla, Chile causes damage. Cars are pushed along. Floodwaters quickly rush through a residential area. A power plant is demolished in a controlled implosion. A view of a powerful lightning strike. A tsunami engulfs homes and buildings, creating utter destruction and widespread chaos. A dust storm sweeps through a city street. A double funnel tornado is captured on camera. It unleashes fireballs from power cables. A building is covered in snow and ice. A tsunami sweeps across a coastal area. A bridge collapses into a river as a landslide occurs. A huge flock of flamingos is shown in a lagoon. A waterspout sucks up debris and small objects into the air. A horse knocks down a store's security gate. Floodwaters surge through a residential area. hail covers the ground. A strong windstorm rips off the roof of the house.
Has anyone seen my roof?
Floodwaters are shown inundating homes and vehicles. A small ship is buffeted by heavy winds and rain. Floodwaters inundate homes and streets. A city is shown to be a melting pot due to the influx of immigrants from all over the globe. A cow wanders into a store, knocking items off the shelves. A tornado is shown uprooting trees and sending debris flying. Strong winds sweep through an outdoor patio, causing significant damage. A large amount of snow engulfs a bridge and other objects.
Snow can be wonderful, but not all the time.
Strong winds and rain batter trees and buildings. A storm sweeps through a city at night, and vehicles are inundated by water. A storm inundates vehicles at shopping center and other facilities. Floodwaters rush through a residential area. A large wave crashed on a beach. Ominous clouds gather in the sky. An excavator is shown struggling to clear something out of a hole in the ground. More floodwaters inundate homes and vehicles. A sinkhole opens up in a parking lot. Vehicles are inundated by floodwaters. More debris inundates the roadways. A fire whirlwind or firenado is captured on camera. A double rainbow appears after a storm. More intense winds batter trees and a house. A person is shown struggling in the snow, while a snowplow pulls a vehicle out of the snow. A windstorm shatters windows and tosses debris around the storefront. A car plunges into a sinkhole. Another vehicle is partially submerged in water. A large building is demolished. A tow truck attempts to rescue something from the water. A large amount of foam rushes onto a street near buildings.
1 in a billion moments in nature caught on camera.
A person on a motorcycle falls during a storm. A strong windstorm blows debris all over a street. A bridge is partially destroyed by a landslide. More debris is swept into the air by a strong windstorm. Floodwaters destroy several houses. Floodwaters approach houses and carry away debris in a small vehicle. A large dust storm engulfs a highway. Heavy rains and winds batter an area. There's significant damage. Snow drifts across a landscape near mountains. A dust devil forms in a park, causing people to react and take cover.
However, caution must be exercised when it approaches the mainland, as it can destroy everything in its path. Fortunately, this is just a dust storm.
A truck is shown being loaded with material, kicking up large dust clouds. A windstorm damages several buildings and streets. A truck struggles to navigate a narrow street and becomes wedged. More flooding and debris in a city street. More flooding, a small object in the water. A person removes snow from a roof to prevent damage. A small building gets submerged in flood waters. Heavy snow accumulates on an apartment building. A large dust devil is shown swirling along a road, causing damage to surrounding structures. A large herd of bison crosses the road, causing a traffic jam. A road bridge collapses into floodwaters. Floodwaters push and damage vehicles. A small toy car is swept away by the water. Floodwaters inundate homes and infrastructure. A coastal area is shown being inundated by a rising tide. A bright lightning bolt streaks across the night sky. Strong winds bend trees significantly. Floodwaters overwhelm homes and streets. A coastal area is shown being inundated by a rising tide. A car is buried in snow. A windstorm is shown causing widespread destruction to trees and buildings. More flooded cars are shown. A powerful lightning bolt illuminates the night sky. A sinkhole opens up in a museum, causing cars to fall in. A truck driver leaves the back door of his truck open, damaging a nearby car. A terrifying dust devil forms near buildings and power lines. A windstorm hits a storefront, breaking its windows. Floodwaters surge through streets and inundate homes and cars. Heavy vehicles are shown driving down a highway. A flood overwhelms a residential area. More intense flooding, homes are inundated. A man gets blown off his bike in the ensuing windstorm. Another scene of the effects of the windstorm on roadways. A person breaks the ice on a frozen lake. It's a quiet counterpoint to the devastation. A helicopter is shown dousing flames with water from above. It's dramatic. More hail is shown in a city street. Construction workers assess the damage after a bridge collapses. A dog enters a pet store and chooses its favorite food flavor, a welcome change of pace. A windstorm damages a school cafeteria. The scene is both dramatic and surreal. Cars are shown being submerged by waves and floodwater. A landslide damages a roadway. Lava flows from a volcano. A windstorm creates a lot of damage to infrastructure and buildings. Floodwaters inundate roadways and homes. It's intense. A tsunami inundates a coastal city. Vehicles are swept away, highlighting the power of the event. Hailstones cover the ground in a city street. Floodwaters inundate vehicles parked on a roadway. A waterspout is shown forming over an ocean. It is beautiful, but dangerous. Floodwaters are shown entering an apartment building in Ankara, Turkey. A massive landslide is shown overwhelming homes and infrastructure. This is devastating. A fiery nado or fire whirl is shown forming near a river. Floodwaters inundate roads and homes. A person gets stuck in mud after driving through a flooded road. An excavator topples over during a road construction project. A truck gets stuck on a road that gives way. A roadway is washed away by floodwaters. A vehicle becomes submerged in floodwaters. Debris is seen in the water. A roadway collapses under floodwaters as people watch from a distance. A house and surrounding area are completely destroyed by the hurricane. Floodwaters inundate several buildings in a community. A helicopter fights a fire. This is a dramatic rescue. A strong windstorm blows debris and dust around buildings. A bridge collapses into a river. A dust storm is shown hitting buildings and streets. A massive landslide engulfs part of a road and several vehicles. This is terrifying. Lava is shown flowing from a volcano, a dramatic scene. A windstorm is shown hitting a gas station. A windstorm impacts a city, with the Empire State Building visible in the background. The storm's impact is striking. A powerful tornado tears through the landscape, causing considerable destruction. A person walks across a landscape during a dust storm. A windstorm hits a farm, with several trees being destroyed. A vehicle drives across a roadway and encounters water. A large moving truck crashed into a low underpass. More flooding is shown. Homes are inundated by floodwaters. A herd of elephants slowly traverses a roadway.
These violent windstorms level a storm.
A dust devil sweeps across the landscape. A building is demolished. A building's roof is removed. An iceberg causes a
An
wave.
iceberg drifted on Greenland, causing the town to collapse into the sea.
Floodwaters submerge cars and homes.
Wildfires are another form of natural.
A tractor clears snow. A dust storm blows through the city. A bus is submerged.
Scientists warn that we're.
Is this Guangzhou?
Guangzhou?
Or a scene straight out of a Hollywood disaster movie? A resident shared his thoughts on social media.
A peaceful city
Beneath
street.
the peaceful surface of Ya'an in Shaanxi province, a silent threat was lurking, waiting to strike.
Should always come first.
Cars
We
fall
need to
off
be
a truck.
careful and know how to respond to every situation.
Is this how
A
banks
cow
call
walks
asset
on a
freezing?
road. Dogs wear
If you are
turkey
impressed
hats.
with this dog's turkey hats, please leave them a like.
Hailstones fall into a swimming pool. A dust storm blows through a city. Cars are submerged in muddy water. Floodwaters damage vehicles and buildings. A herd of horses
The roads at Hagelnala
A
and
road
Toledo
is
were
blocked
shut down
by
due
a
to severe
landslide.
landslide.
A garage door is
causing
blown open.
fires to move rapidly.
Floodwaters engulf homes and streets. A power plant is demolished. Dark storm clouds gather ominously. A double rainbow appears. Tsunami waves destroy buildings.
Just praying that everyone is safe.
Magma from beneath Earth's
A
surface
dust storm
escapes.
blows through the city.
The whirlwind unleashed
tornado
massive
causes
fireballs
fires.
erupting from power cables, spreading terror throughout the city.
Yes. This weather really makes
A
you want to hug the
snowstorm covers a
fireplace
building.
all winter. Oh no, a tsunami is
A
coming.
tsunami wave
Hopefully that
crashed
doesn't
over
add
a
to
seawall.
everyone's stress.
A landslide destroys a road.
The key lies in our
A tornado destroys a house. A bridge collapses into a river.
The incident took place
landslide
at
occurs.
5 p.m. on Thursday, February 21st.
A landslide moves. A large flock
Beautiful
of
sight.
collapse
flamingos.
and roads to crack.
A tornado picks up debris.
Allahu Akbar.
A massive landslide destroys a road.
داداش برو تو میتونی برو داداش برو ساکت آروم باشین ریزشه بچه‌ها برو داداش این جاده رو میگیره عجب چیزی بود هنوز داره میاد نگاه کنید وای الان اینا که پایین رودخونه‌ن دارن فرار میکنن
A car is swept away by flood waters. A dust storm destroys a building. Floodwaters damage homes.
Every ton of carbon we
Hailstones cover the ground. A house's roof is blown off.
Oh no. Has anyone seen my roof?
A train travels through a mountain pass.
This is
Hailstones fall near a pool.
the paths unpredictable and devastating.
Floodwaters engulf a neighborhood.
That occurs after heavy rain.
A
or
boat
snow.
is tossed about. A truck hits a pole. Floodwaters carry debris down the street. Dark storm clouds gather ominously.
In recent years, the city
Guangzhou.
witnessed a massive influx of immigrants from around the globe. The city has thus been dubbed the capital of the Third World.
A goat destroys a store.
A breathtaking time lapse takes us on
A
an
starry
emotional
night
journey.
sky of Western
As the starry
Australia.
night sky of Western Australia is
A tornado destroys homes and trees. Outdoor furniture is blown around. Hail covers the grass. An avalanche buries a road and bridge.
Snow can be wonderful, but not all the time.
Workers flee from a cement spill. Stay indoors during a storm. A tornado causes fires and debris. Cars are submerged in floodwaters. Hurricanes form over warm water.
Every degree of warming brings a new level.
A large wave crashes onto the shore.
Of firefighting teams, the fire was controlled, helping to protect the safety of the...
Dark storm clouds gather ominously.
He should have called the plumber to come along from the start.
Unpredictable
forces occur across the globe. Fireworks light up the Las Vegas sky.
A drone shots directly at a
shows a
bag in a
sinkhole.
parking lot.
Cars are swept away by floodwaters.
Beyond this point, the storms will...
A roof is damaged.
The fire struck me like a fierce
fire
lightning bolt
strikes.
slashing through the darkness of the night.
Scene.
A rainbow appears. Strong winds damage trees.
Is he trying to measure the depth of the snow?
A person measures snow depth. A strong wind causes damage. A car falls into a sinkhole. A building is demolished. A tow truck is damaged. A wave of foam.
One in a billion moments in nature caught on camera.
California, like a magical ribbon
rainbow
of color,
decorates the
decorating the peaceful scene.
Long lack of rainfall.
A scooter is swept away.
By
Reducing emissions slows
we can
warming.
slow the warming.
Smoke rises from a wildfire.
favorite pumpkin.
A camel eats a pumpkin.
And humanity finds balance.
Humanity
once
finds
again.
balance again. A dust storm blows debris.
Right.
Flamingos gather in a large flock. A car visits the repair shop.
The reason the car had to visit the repair shop was recorded on camera.
Floodwaters sweep through the streets.
Instantly learning is the key to success.
Instantly learning is key to success. A truck is swept away. Floodwaters damage homes.
Kulu,
the Valley of the Gods.
is a realm of breathtaking natural beauty nestled in the Himalayas. with the Bees and Pravati rivers carving through its majestic terrain.
A dust storm sweeps across a
One
road.
in a billion moments in nature caught on camera.
A dust storm blows through the city.
Strong winds swept through,
Strong
sending
lines
drifts of
sweep
snow
across
flying
Colorado.
across the Colorado mountain peaks.
A narrow escape. People rush across a bridge as floodwaters surge alarmingly close. The force of the current is breathtaking. This is a close call. Floodwaters consume cars in a city street. Every force we say becomes a shield. A dash for cover, a narrow escape. God bless you. A person narrowly avoids being hit by a falling awning. A lucky escape, the girl is caught on camera. Otherwise, she would have to explain herself. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more exciting videos. Meanwhile, we observe more flooding, with someone taking refuge on a rooftop. The supercell spins in the distance, tossing debris. A wall of wind and dust descends upon parked vehicles. The scene is both chaotic and unnerving. A tree splits and bursts into flames from a lightning strike, the power of nature on full display. More intense rain and strong winds sweep the region, making driving hazardous. A dam releases its water in a dramatic, surging torrent. Power lines flash and crack as a tornado rips across a Wellington, Florida roadway. A wave of dark clouds rolls across the sky above North Texas, a stark warning sign of heavy rain to come. A parking lot rapidly fills with murky flood water. Cars are left to float where they land. Hailstones batter a street, leaving a thick layer of ice on the ground. Find shelter, more hail, and outdoor trash is tossed around by the relentless onslaught. A shopping mall in southern China is inundated by floodwaters after days of torrential rain. The floodwaters reached record highs due to the El Niño effect. A building is demolished in a controlled implosion. Dust and debris erupt into the air. A car carrier truck transports a load of vehicles. Looks like trouble is ahead. A storm ravages the roof of a stadium in St. Petersburg. A flock of birds takes flight over a calm lake. The unexpected beauty reminds us of the calm before the storm. More destruction, a tree ignites in flames after another lightning strike. Floodwaters overwhelm buildings and roads. This force of nature is destructive. More torrential rain, another scene of flooding. A lone bird flies through the thick downpour. A tree is struck by lightning and bursts into flames. A backyard swimming pool overflows as intense winds and hail batter the home. Strong winds buffet construction equipment at a work site. A security camera captures a sudden downpour in a neighborhood. A snowstorm blankets a building, accumulating to a massive depth and causing structural strain. A car struggles to traverse a muddy road as the floodwaters rise dangerously. Another devastating view of floodwaters impacting homes and infrastructure. The currents in a river are extremely strong. The water rises relentlessly. Large waves crash over a seawall. The power of the ocean is stunning. A truck narrowly avoids a collision as a car swerves to miss it. A worker operates equipment high above the water while installing wind turbine parts. A truck gets stuck on a weighbridge.
The vehicle was helpless after taking the wrong path.
A large chunk of ice breaks off a glacier, sending up a plume of water and debris. This is a majestic event.
Is nature's symphony, majestic and unforgettable.
A bridge collapses into floodwaters. This is sad. A tall smokestack is demolished, sending a massive cloud of dust into the air.
Is this multitasking?
Dark, ominous clouds form above the ocean. A tractor pulls something out of the snow. A group of people use a rope to pull a person and a scooter out of a flooded street. A dust storm erupts in a backyard, sending debris flying. A gas grill is overturned. Industrial buildings are destroyed by a powerful storm, yet the residential homes remained unscathed. Hail pummels a street, causing damage.